welcome back. Welcome back. This is Tony Tio here. So today I'm actually quite special, right? So as you know, I've just announced the release of our new podcast. Yes, Renewable in Action. Yes, again another RIA, right? And I thought actually I'm gonna do an impromptu live video, right? Just to kind of explain the reason why I thought we needed to launch a proper podcast, right? So that's what I wanted to do, right? Let me just thanking you for all the support you've been giving us throughout the year, right? The inspiration, because you don't maybe realize it, but you actually inspire me a lot through the constant message that I get, So a lot of I would say a lot of good support that I get. Some criticism, I love the criticism because that's what allow me to become better, right? And today, I just freshly announced the release of our podcast. And the first episode is out, and we're going to have the second one next week. And after that, we're going to have it every 2 weeks, right? And I just wanted to run this short video to explain to you a little bit. So this is purely unscripted, but I just wanted to explain to you a little bit what decided us to have this podcast. Maybe have some of your questions. If some of you have questions, we'll be delighted to respond to them. So yeah, so basically, I have been thinking about running a podcast for a little while because you may not know, but we have a podcast, put it that way, but I felt it wasn't elaborated, yeah. And as such, I thought it wasn't really giving justice to the fantastic job that we're doing and also the people that we've been interviewing. And then I know there are many other podcasts out there. And yeah, I think for us it was very very important. But actually, even before that, the reason we were thinking about doing a podcast, it's simply because I've realized that from the time I started, as you all will know, I guess you will know, or if you don't know, actually, you want to listen to this episode because this episode actually explained the reason why I jumped into the sector. Yeah, but I know many of you actually have an idea already. But since I started, the idea was to raise awareness about you know renewables energy in Africa and also across the world. And then we set our vision to want to make sure that in 2040 we want to have a fully bright continent, right? That's what we want to see. So bring back power into Africa, right? But since we started, basically our vision had expanded even more, right? And then what we felt is actually we realized that to properly solve or tackle the issue of electrification of Africa, you actually need to think globally because this is an industry that is global, right? And I will talk about that in the second episode. So definitely watch out for that one. It's a very interesting one. Even me, I was watching. I was like, I don't think that's actually quite good. So and then Bodike, I'm explaining that for you to grasp really what are the different challenges, you need to take an eagle eye view and have a broad understanding, the global picture. What is it about, right? So that's what we decided. We felt like we don't just want to talk about, and that's what you see as well. We're taking now different idea, different concepts, so theme that we believe should be treated on a global scale. Because only when you understand the picture at the global scale, then you can understand what's happening to your local picture. Yeah. So this is actually the way it is. If you don't do this exercise, you're gonna be missing a lot of vital information. So we wanted just to create this podcast to have like a global conversation, understanding the renewable energy market globally to give you that understanding, and looking at what are the key challenges that we're facing, what are the key opportunities that you have, but most importantly, and that for me it's quite crucial, it's how can you take advantage of that. Because through the many conversations that I have with people, what I can see is a lot of people are interested, whether they're investors, whether they're businesses, whether they're company, or simple individual. I mean, whether they simple, let's say, aficionados of renewables energy or not. But people want to know. Okay, I think I get it, right? I want to contribute, but I don't know. And also, I like to have a better understanding. Maybe because I'm still sitting on the fence. Yeah, and I'm thinking that a lot of it has been pushed by the West, not pushed by the West. Conspiracy theory, exaggerated. What's the fuss about it? Yeah. So therefore, okay, it's good to have this discussion, right? Talking about those different themes, giving to people the clear understanding why we got to where we are right now, and only then we can then move ahead and understand what is the picture today, and then make your opinion. And you make your own opinion. And what we want to do in here, which is actually quite exciting, I'm hoping you're going to be excited by that. We're going to be talking about the sector globally. So that means that we're clearly going to cover the picture as it stands in Africa. We're going to do that in Europe, how it stands in Europe, in Asia, in Americas, so in the Oceania, so that you have this understanding. Yeah, you get that global picture, and then you can then localize it, go into your own area, see, okay, if I'm seeing this is because of that. If I'm seeing it, that's because of that, and then everything makes sense, right? So that is what we felt. We wanted to bring this discussion, and not only stay at the discussion, think about what action. That's why we call it renewables in action. How can we get into action? Who is already taking action? What is that they doing? How can it inspire me, right? Or just and get so that's the idea. So essentially what you will see the first few episodes, about 2 3, yeah. So this is us going around the globe, looking at every continent, understanding the picture here, giving you an understanding what the picture is, and then we're going to be bringing some guests, because I didn't want to first of all jump into guest interviews, because as you know, we interview many people, right? And I can even recycle what we have already, but this is not the whole point. The whole point is, first of all, to give you that basic understanding, that background information that you understand. And then you then can sit down and say, okay, now I understand. Even if, let's imagine, you are listening to one particular episode, right? And you like the episode, and you say, that's fine. But I like to get the basics, because for me to understand what this guy is saying, what this lady is saying, I need to have the basics. So you can always go back to those initial episodes, listen to that, and everything will make sense. Yeah, this is what we wanted to do. So that's why obviously I felt very, very excited to do it. So we're doing, as you can imagine, so a lot of research to make sure that what we're giving you, it's factual, and to make sure as well that we're giving you the good enough information. We do our best. I do my best not to make it too complicated, because this is not something for engineers, right? This is something for Mr. and Mrs. Everybody, for you to understand and get into a conversation. And I know as well that most likely we're gonna, as well, at some point, we're gonna have guests that clearly will not also agree with the current approach. Absolutely. So obviously they have the place, and we can debate and we can discuss that, because that's what I felt we wanted to create. And we want to do that, like I say, not just on African level, on a global level. So right, so you can expect that we're gonna bring guests from different places, different part of the world, and even before, even, and also, as well as having guests, I'm going to have as well what I call some monologues, right? And maybe sometime opening that to a debate where you get a few more than one person on the show, and those having this conversation. So we do our best to be as creative as possible. The whole point for me, I need you to understand what we're talking about. I need you to participate in the conversation. I need you to be able to challenge us to say, hey, I like it, I don't like it. Once that picture is clear for you, then I know you'll be able to make action. That is the kind of conversation I've wanted to say, and I'm actually quite grateful because I want to pay tribute here to Teresa Adamu. Because after looking at his fantastic podcast on Locking Africa, I thought, okay, to be honest, Tony, you've been doing things before, but it wasn't up to the level, the standard that you needed. And then I felt like I became lazy. I became lazy because I knew that I needed to upgrade the format that we had before, but we got a bit lazy, comfortable. Yeah, that's okay. But you guys deserve quality. You guys deserve quality. That's why we decided, okay, because we're up to the task, we want to take it to the right level where we know that you're going to be able to engage. So that is what has decided us to launch this podcast. Yeah. So first episode that you can listen right now. So, but like I say, we're gonna get better and better as the time goes, and as time progress. So, but I'm really, really counting on you for two things. Yeah. I'm really counting on you to, no, three things. Number one, I want you to listen. Please do the effort to listen. That first episode is very quick. It's 5 minutes. Yeah. Or so much just for you to introduce. And next week, I'm just going to have the proper episode. And then 2 weeks, every 2 weeks. Yeah. And then depending on how we go. So obviously, if we find the time to record even more, we're going to move it weekly. Yeah, but that is what you want to do. But yeah, definitely please do listen to that, because I promise you, you're going to learn things. You're not going to be disappointed. That I promise you. Yeah, you have my word on it. And then if I fail to deliver that, please just remind it to me. So you're going to find it interesting, I can promise that. So but what I want you as well to do after listening and subscribing to that, please guys, I need you guys to subscribe, right? Because if you're not subscribing, I don't know if people listen. I don't know what is interesting. So if you feel what I'm saying, it's interesting for you, subscribe to that. Yeah. So that'd be great, because this is how we do a lot of effort, a lot of research to give you some information that you can consume for free. Yeah. So for now, by the way, yeah. So I want you to listen to that, to subscribe, but also to comment on that. Yeah, comment, tell us, or find a way to tell me how you're finding it. Feel free to reach out, right? You can reach out to me on LinkedIn, on our various social media channel. Do that. Give me your feedback. I really, really, really appreciate that. Suggest as well some topic that you want me to discuss, and I'll be able to do it. And after that, don't forget to share with your contact, right? So to spread to spread a message. This guy would thank you. He'd be very happy, right? Because I think when he sees that there's he actually showing and hopefully sharing a lot of love. When they love back, hey, this encourage him to go forward. So this is what I will be doing. So I'm very much happy that I'm counting that I could count on your support, and with that, we're just gonna roll out and become stronger and stronger here, guys. That is yeah, that's what I wanted to say. In fact, we could have released it a little bit earlier, so I appreciate that. But hey, life gets in the way. Time is running away from you, so you got to find a way to go back on track, which is what we did. But never mind. Absolutely excited. 1st of February, absolutely delighted. This is actually the birthday month of my older sister. Absolutely delighted. I said, hey, I don't want to leave the year you run away from me. So that is why I'm pushing this. And I'm saying in advance, thank you for those of you who will listen. Thank you for those of you who will comment. Thank you for those of you who will share, right? I definitely appreciate it. And all the guys who are listening in silence, I know at some point you're going to engage, and then I would like to thank you as well for that. So this is all I had to say. So if there is a quick question, I can take it, but I don't think there is a question I could see. But let me just wait a couple of minutes. So while I'm waiting to see if there is a question, let me just reiterate that. So we have the first episode that we're releasing today. Then we're gonna have the second episode next week, and after that, literally, it's gonna be every 2 weeks we're gonna get it for now, and we see how things go. We're probably gonna pass it on the weekly basis, yeah, as opposed to bi-weekly. So yeah, so this is what we will see, and we're very much hoping that at some point yeah, we'll be able to welcome you. And also, let me not forget, if there are, let's say, interesting people out there who are thinking that they want to put a word out, they want to come on the show and have a discussion, by all means, reach out to me, and always going to be delighted to welcome you. And it's okay. I don't think there is any questions, but yeah, let me thank people who have been listening and say, hey guys, we're gonna do something. Yeah, it gives you that superb opportunity that I'm sure you were looking for, to look at the sector globally and being able to comment and make yeah, and your view heard. Yeah, excellent. This is all I wanted to say. Quick live to say hello, thank you for that, and I'm looking forward to have further conversation. Later. But don't forget, tomorrow you're gonna have your one day, one concept idea. As you see, we do the best we can to not to leave anybody behind. Yeah, excellent, guys. So may the sun be with you, and I'm hoping that with each other soon. Yeah, whether virtually or in person. Take care, guys. Bye.